Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Helldivers 2 video. Today we're going to be discussing supply lines and their importance to the overall galactic war. I thought I'd take the opportunity to use this major order where we have to defend 5 planets on the automaton front to talk about the importance of the supply lines and what they could do for us as Helldivers. Now obviously our mission here is to defend 5 planets. We have to have them under super Earth control. They were to begin with when this major order started, but then the automatons decided to attack them and we had to defend them. Now, if I hover over Vandalon 4, you can see that there is an attack on Truce. That is the origin of attack. Last night when I logged in, I saw a lot of people defending Ingmar, and I could see that the origin of attack was coming from Vandalon 4. Vandalon 4 is also attacking Truce. This is why the supply lines are super important, because if we had taken Vandalon 4, 2 planets defended in one go. We need to start thinking about the bigger picture, especially when it comes to major orders. I know a lot of people just see the planet name on the major order and they're like, I must fight there. But now that we've got these supply lines and it's a lot easier to coordinate, pay attention to these origins of attacks, these supply lines, because they could be huge and really useful when it comes to defending planets from major orders, attacking planets from major orders, because we could so easily be more efficient at defending and attacking. Now luckily we obviously defended Ingmar, which is great because, you know, we've got 1 day left on this major order, looking like we're going to be fine. We'll have everything secured by the time the major order ends. I'm sure there'll be at least 1 or 2 more attacks before then, but we should be able to finish this without too much trouble. But I've seen a meme where it's like we saved the Tsar sector, but what did it cost? Well, it cost the entire Trigon sector. If you look at this, it's a mess. But we could have prevented at least Truce not being taken or attacked by just taking Vandalon 4, because we would have got the major order planet plus an extra planet that isn't involved in the major order. I saw 30,000 people on Ingmar, 5,000 on Vandalon 4. There's now 10,000 people on Vandalon 4 as of recording this video, which is great because now people I think are starting to realize, oh, we should actually take the planet that's attacking another planet. But it's a little too late because we should have done it where we take Vandalon 4 before defending Ingmar. That's what those supply lines mean. That's what the attack origins mean. They are hugely important to our war effort, and especially if we start getting a third faction, especially down south here, being attacked from 3 directions, we're going to be in trouble if we don't start thinking about what else needs to be taken, what is connected via this supply line, via this origin of attack. Now a lot of people are still fighting on Karkrux, I've pronounced that right, which is one of the new jungle planets. I can fully understand that. It's a cool new biome. I love fighting there, especially with this new war bond. I've already said it. There's about 20,000 people on there. Currently more people on that planet than there is on the planet of Vandalon 4, which is fine because that's not involved in the major order. I think people are like, right, those planets that we need to defend are defended. I'm going to go do what I want. Absolutely fine. And obviously I can't convince people to not do what they want. First and foremost, priority with this game is your own fun, right? Do what you find the most fun. Don't let the major order snobs be like, oh, you're not doing the major order, so you're an absolute nerd. What the hell? A lot of people had issues with people fighting on the creek when we didn't need to be fighting on the creek. Back in the day when we were trying to, you know, defend against other automaton attacks. We were trying to defend against Terminators, take territory in other planets. But the Creekers, as they were nicknamed, were just stuck on this planet defending the creek. And that's where obviously the meme came from, but that's where they found the most fun. So absolutely do what you find the most fun. However, if what you find really fun is the tactical side of the war and contributing to the overall galactic war and its success, then I urge you to look at these supply lines and attack origins because they are extremely useful. If this was an RTS right now and I was controlling the armies of the Helldivers, right, and you know, the general forces of Super Earth, absolutely I would have taken Vandalon 4 before defending Ingmar, because I reckon if we got enough people on Vandalon 4, taking it would have been fine. Got 2 planets in one swing. And these supply lines are going to be hugely important in the future as well because, you know, let's say we push back the automatons all the way back to where they started their initial invasion. And I'm not talking the Vanguard, right? Because that's what we're defending right now. We're making sure that that area where the Vanguard appeared doesn't get retaken. I'm talking about the big automaton invasion, the one that made everyone go nuts over it. When I went absolutely nuts when I saw it live happen right in front of my eyes. I was in game. But let's say we push them back to the Lysel sector. Now we could take Chew, Aurora Bay, and now obviously it doesn't show the supply line for Cyberstan, but I'm fairly sure Aurora Bay links up to Cyberstan. If it doesn't, we'd take Mech Buddha and then we'd be linked to Cyberstan. The other direction is obviously Lazath, Penta, Marak, and I assume Cyberstan. I'm assuming that's where the supply line will link up, right? These 2 planets would be key. But knowing us, we'd concentrate on one line. We'd go Chew, Aurora Bay, Cyberstan, right? Or we'd go the other way. Lazeth, Penta, Marak, Cyberstan. But this is what's important, especially about the supply lines, is because they connect to planets. They can, just like we could have taken Vandalon 4 and cut off the automatons from attacking Ingmar and Truce at the same time, they can do the exact same to us. If we took Aurora Bay and it connects to Cyberstan, and then we start attacking Cyberstan, but then the automatons attack Aurora Bay, but we're too busy still fighting on Cyberstan, it's a race. Whereas if we took both these planets before attacking Cyberstan, then we'd have two entryways into Cyberstan, meaning that there's less risk with us all fighting on Cyberstan at once. Because even if Aurora Bay gets taken, we'd still have Marak. That's the importance of the supply lines. Now, this is where my other point comes in. I really want, now that we've got supply lines, you know, big thing I wanted in the game since very early on, the next thing I want is guilds. I want organizations. Big groups of players where we can sort of set targets. Imagine this. We have a guild in Helldivers. I'm the guild leader, and I have the ability to target a planet for the guild to take. Basically saying, hey, my guild's going to be attacking this planet. I've marked it. Everyone in my guild can see that I've marked it to take it. And just like a major order, I'm basically pushing my little community of a guild into taking a certain planet. But then you could have other guilds doing other things. You could have like a guild leader chat where you could sort of coordinate. So one guild takes one planet, another takes another planet. Guilds would be extremely cool in Helldivers. Unite the community a lot better, but also give us abilities to coordinate the community better tactically. And you could even have it where you get certain bonuses. Say I, as the guild leader, targeted Dropnir. I said, everyone defend Dropnir, and it's targeted for our guild. The devs could then go, well, the guild leader has targeted this planet. Therefore, if you are in his guild and you attack that planet or, you know, defend that planet, fight there, do operations there, you could even get certain bonuses. So just like a major order, you get a reward. There could be a smaller bonus for guild targets. Something like if the guild manages to take this planet, you get 5 medals. Obviously, it'd have to be extremely lower than the major order because the major order is the big thing. Personal orders, stuff like that. So a guild target could be like, if we defend this planet, you get 5 medals. Or if we get this planet as a guild, we get a certain amount of samples or something like that. Some kind of bonus to entice the guild to actually go for the target that the guild leader has selected. Because let's say it's a huge guild, hundreds of people, right, in it. Obviously, that's when the community starts dispersing a little bit, starts diluting. You got smaller groups of friends within that 200 people. They're not going to know everyone. They might not want to follow the guild leader's orders for whatever reason, but having a bonus attached to a planet that the guild leader has targeted gives them a reason more than just tactics. That's why a lot of people do the major orders, because they want to make sure that it gets done so they get the medals. Right now, my personal order is to kill 75 enemies using the mortar sentry. You bet your bottom dollar that I'm going to take a mortar sentry to get that done because I want the reward. So having a bonus or some kind of reward attached to a guild leader's targeted planet would work the same way as a major order or personal order. So guilds, organizations, whatever you want to call them in Helldivers, big groups of people, communities uniting, really want to see that next. We've got supply lines. Now add guilds, because I think a game like this really suits that. And then eventually you could even do raids. You got guilds now. It's basically turning into an MMO, but you know, you've got guilds, you could do raids. Raids could be 8-person missions. Big missions, bigger maps, more objectives, more enemies, way harder than the normal operations, right? But you get larger rewards. They contribute more to the liberation of a planet. 8-person raids. Think of the just sheer chaos of 8 Helldivers in one map. How many 500 kilo bombs are going off? There's so much potential for Helldivers 2, and these are just some of the big features that they need to add just to strengthen the game, because the game's already really solid. We've established that. The game is amazing. Wouldn't be surprised if it's a Game of the Year contender. It should be. But for the longevity of this game, features like I've just gone over would really help it. Keep it healthy, keep the player base that are staying loyal, entertained, but they also have a use. You know, it's not like a war bond where it's like, oh, cool new weapon, oh, cool new armor. There's a use to the guilds, the raids. With raids, you could add more game modes. With guilds, you can add more bonuses for people to actually follow what the guild wants to do. That kind of thing really would strengthen the game and its community. So let me know in the comments down below what you think of these ideas. Do you have ideas of your own? What big features should Arrowhead add to Helldivers 2? Let me know in the comments down below. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more Helldivers 2 content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!